For a brief time this weekend, the LSU Rural Life Museum went through a time machine and found itself 152 years in the past for a reenactment of the 1862 Battle of Baton Rouge from the American Civil War.
The Battle of Baton Rouge was an effort on the part of the Confederate military to not just retake the capital city of Louisiana, but to retake all of southern Louisiana, really New Orleans. It was seen as kind of a first step. If we can take Baton Rouge, we can take New Orleans, and that was the key, that was the jewel. The Confederate troops actually did a very good job pressing deep into the town, but when they got near the Mississippi River, there were about 4 or 5 Union gunboats on the river, and the Confederate troops came within range of the cannon from those gunboats, and that's what drove the Confederates back. They could not break through the Union lines because of the gunboats. Another thing I find interesting about the battle is that it's one of the relatively few Civil War battles that took place inside a town. There was street-to-street fighting. People's homes were being broken into, windows were being shot out, cemeteries were being overrun. And it wasn't exactly Stalingrad, but most Civil War battles were fought in open fields, cornfields, peach orchards, along creeks and rivers. And then lastly, the destruction of the Arkansas really meant that the Confederacy was not going to be able to challenge the Union Navy on the Mississippi after that.
Even though the reenactment doesn't depict the actual battle 100%, it allows those involved to grab a closer sense of what really happened in history.
Being a reenactor for me gave me a chance to see history almost up close and in life, and like come alive.
For soldiers taking place in a reenactment, this is not just a one-time gig. Soldiers need to buy their own equipment, maintain their own equipment, and memorize drills and marches from the Civil War time period.
They bring in a lot of their own equipment as far as tinning and their uniforms and all that. And these are all volunteers. They come in, this is something they do as a hobby or as an interest. A lot of these guys are really interested in the history and Civil War history. And so for them, this is their opportunity to live out that interest they have so much.
All of the reenactors, both in blue and in gray, come from a multitude of backgrounds, but each share a common passion for history, both on and off the battlefield.
Back when I was in high school, one of my friends, he was doing it. I'd always had an interest in the 19th century America and Civil War. So when he told me he did this, I asked him if I could, maybe come out. He said, "Yeah, sure. We'll get you some loaner gear, and if you like it, come back out with us." But I've been doing this for about 6 years now, and I love it.
Not only just reading on the paper and looking at it on the pictures, but being able to live out in the field and follow the same drill manuals and read the letters and journals of the men that were in the war and get a sense of what did they go through? Why did they go off to fight? Who was next to him in line, and why would he look after him and each other in battle? Those were the types of things that I wanted to get out of my research, not only for this war, but World War II, all the other wars. So definitely being a reenactor has given me a chance to kind of do more in-depth research and just enjoy history.
Back in 1989, when I was before I even started high school, I came to saw my first reenactment at Oak Alley Plantation, Louisiana. And I was interested in history and started asking questions, and pretty soon thereafter I was able to get a job and start raising money to be able to start equipping myself to start coming out, and I've been doing it over 20 years now.
At the end of the reenactment, every soldier fired a last shot in honor of the soldiers that fell in the American Civil War 150 years ago, and also for the brave men and women serving in the military today, something especially important for U.S. Marine Corps Major Mike Predis.
I'm currently an active duty Marine Corps officer right now. I'm serving now on my 16th year in the Marine Corps, and I've been in combat myself, 3 combat tours, and that has a very significant for me, because I always, every time we do fire a volley salute at the end of a reenactment, not only do I think about the men who fell during the American Civil War, but I think about the very Marines that served under me who fell in combat.
Like I said, it's a great event. Be really interesting. First time as a standalone event, and something we're doing this year that we haven't done in years past is they'll actually be reenacting the battle through the actual buildings that we have here on the grounds. Typically, when they do the Battle of Baton Rouge reenactment, it's done across the ways from here in a field with a mock cemetery from Magnolia Cemetery where the actual battle, part of the Battle of Baton Rouge took place, but this time they'll actually be doing a skirmish through the buildings, and it's kind of similar to how another part of the battle that actually took place in downtown Baton Rouge.
Well, there's individual prep, and the individual prep work starts with at the house. It's working on your gear, taking all your personal equipment, cleaning it off from the previous event. It's a lot of guys sew their own uniforms, so there's and some people are even make their own leather equipment. That happens behind the scenes. Then once you're out here at the field, then as a unit, you have to start to gel as a unit, and that requires the unit to get out and march, do drill, and to start to learn the commands so that they can actually fill the role of and function like a Civil War combat unit.
Getting out, getting sweaty, getting dirty, hauling your pack up and down the driveway, and just learning the drill maneuvers that you need, so when you come out here, it acts almost like second nature.
We try to do our best to honor those people, not only from this period, who fought in the Civil War, but from all wars, every nation. We have men who reenact with us who are currently serving overseas and have served, and so it means a lot to us.
Reporting from 1862, for Tiger TV, I'm Johnny Lombardi.